Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Here at property address 6460 Southeast Fernberg Street here in Milwaukee. We're located at the left side of the home near the kind of rear left corner of the house. We have a 4-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. I've got some standing water here. It looks like we'll take a look at this on the way out, but I can tell by the sound that's coming out of the cleanout that the pipe it looks like it's completely full here. There's a particular sound that is made when the line is totally full of water, and that's what I'm getting here. We're definitely going to be checking that out once it's all drained out. It's possible we have a clog here or something like that we're just hopefully punch out of the way. But we may also have a significant belly there in the line that's causing all that water to stand. And you can see all the junk that's here. If it is a belly, you can see the amount of stuff it's collecting. But those are also really big balls of debris that could just be damming up the pipe here. So we'll get that figured out at the end. Alright, another spot here with some standing water in it. And we're trying to make our way through a ton of stuff here, and in fact I don't know if the camera will punch through it at all. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to let the line drain out here for a minute. The camera's not wanting to get through this. My guess is we may have a root intrusion that or something like an offset joint. It doesn't, what I'm hitting here feels rather hard. Normally if it's just debris, the camera will slowly but surely kind of bore its way through, but it's coming to a hard stop there. So we're going to let the line drain out here for probably close to 10 minutes, so it's going to take a while for it to all percolate through. I'm going to go locate and we'll get this spot marked here. What I recommend doing in this circumstance, unless we can actually get a clear picture as to what's going on, I recommend trying to drain clean the line. It's possible there could be a blockage here that needs to be punched out of the way so that line can drain. So I'll get it marked. Based on how hard my camera's stopping up here, I think there's probably something that needs to be fixed. So I'll get this spot marked with a white X. I'll mention the location and depth of that here in a moment. Okay, I've located the camera head here. If you're at the left side of the house, it's doing basically a dead straight shot out towards the southeast Fernberg Street. Straight out from the left side of the house near the road, there's a giant concrete culvert. It looks like some type of pump station or wellhead or something like that. We're right adjacent to that at about 8 feet deep. I put a big white X there where the spot is at. And again, my camera is not popping through this. The thing is basically completely clogged up here. There's still tons of standing water. There's hardly anything making its way through that spot there. So, recommend I would try the route of drain cleaning first, unless you just want to go for it and start digging the thing up. It could be a blockage, but the way that that's feeling there, it looks like there's some type of damage to the pipe that's probably going to need repair. I can't guarantee that. You can go the drain cleaning route and see if you can remove a blockage and then rescope it. We're still probably 30 feet or so from the main lateral, if not 40 feet. There's still a fair amount of pipe here that needs to be scoped. Okay, so we do also have a belly here in the line. Now that we've let the line drain out, this is the end of a belly, so I'm going to map this out here with white paint. Again, I have the blockage area marked with a white X over by, it appears to be the wellhead, and that's at 8 feet deep. And then we'll get this mapped out with a white X at each end of the belly with some dots in between. I'll mention the depth and location here in a moment. Alright, I've attempted to locate here. This is right in and amongst a bunch of trees here to the left side of the house. So that I put a marking, it's up under the bushes though, where that belly ends at. And once it goes over that point, it drops off pretty hard. And I won't be able to get an accurate depth. At least one that will make sense for this portion of the line, because it dives off right at that point here. I'm going to reel back and we'll see if the belly starts outside of the bushes, so at least you have a starting point. But the belly does end there at 38 feet out. And right here we go right into an inch of standing water. I think there's more than that though. There's quite a bit more. Generally I see debris start hanging up once you have at least 5 feet of pipe, at least an inch of water. This has a lot more than that. This is approaching 3 to 4 inches of standing water. That's what it's looking like here. The belly starts here at about 17 feet. It extends from 17 feet to 38 feet. Alright, so this is out in the yard area here. We're at 3 feet 2 inches deep, so pretty shallow at this point. And I was getting a similar depth. It was, again, that belly goes under the bushes, so I'm only able to locate so much of it, but I was getting a similar depth there. Okay, push just past the belly. Okay, so I located here. I'm getting a depth similar to around 4.5, 5 feet deep here. This is after the drop, where it starts to dive. Now, I've got a big white X over there. I'm just not able to get an accurate depth right here because this is up underneath the bushes. So anyway, I apologize for that. That's just about the best I can do, though. Unfortunately, right where the belly ends, it makes a dive there, and that's not going to be a very helpful depth. The nice part is there's obviously enough depth there. That thing does quite the dive. It goes from about 4 feet down to 8 feet deep at that point. So that there should be enough slope and grade there to correct this belly. This might have been someone doing their math wrong. It might have been because of settling. It's kind of hard to say. But my guess is settling. I was able to locate about halfway out in the belly there, and it does look like it's getting deeper. It was closer to around 4.5 feet deep. Again, it's in some bushes, so it makes it very hard to get right on top of it. We're going to go ahead and reel the camera on out of the line here. We're going to reverse direction, scope back into the house a little ways, and just check the pipe under the floor as far as we can go. I recommend a spot repair to correct the belly from 17 feet to 38 feet. The pipe appears to be completely full. We've got anywhere from 3 to 4 inches of standing water there. It's a very significant belly. And then at about 51 feet, the camera comes to a dead stop due to a blockage in the line. And it feels hard. It feels like there's either roots or a significant offset or something of that nature going on there. We're now going back underneath the house. Got some original cast iron pipe here, which is cast iron's pretty good pipe product. That's the end of the line there, about to go up the vent. All the pipe underneath the floor here is looking good, drains properly, and is in good condition. So after the repair is finished up, you want to make sure you get a rescope, or at least at the time of the repair, whether it's through an open repair site or something, you want to make sure you're scoping the rest of the line and make sure that those issues don't extend beyond 51 feet. For all we know, there might be a whole bunch of problems beyond that point, or might be nothing, but again, we're about 30 to 40 feet short, roughly 30 to 40 feet short, where the camera stops up from the main lateral. So there's plenty of pipe left to still get inspected. This kind of shows with the camera here. This is the left side of the house. There's our clean out. Line shoots over towards these bushes. You can barely see my white marking in the grass there, a few feet out from those trees, those little bushes there. and then the line kind of makes a 45 and then heads pretty much into those things and pops out the other side. I've got the belly very, very thoroughly mapped out there. Towards the end, I'm having a hard time getting depths, but I have paint mapping out the entire thing.